Hi, this is the Joy Report with Rhonda in sunny Tampa, Florida. I hope you're doing great this morning because this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and I will be glad in it. You know, when we wake up in the morning, we don't ask ourselves how we feel. We tell ourselves how we feel. We tell ourselves that this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and I will be glad in it, so we can have all of His benefits, all of the promises in the Word, so we can partake of them. So we have to just stay in Him. We have to tuck ourselves right on the inside of Him and know that He is our strength today. Know that He is providing for us today. Know that His Word is at work for us today. Feeling His love, feeling His embrace. You know, it is not fun to go through some of the things that we're going through. But the beauty is that God is with us, He's for us, and He's already prepared a way of an escape. So we're going to come out of this thing better, stronger than before. And just know that God is going to have His way. God is going to, I was just seeing if that was a gator, but I see some beautiful ducks. I'm going to show you the beautiful ducks. This kind of like comes to a lagoon. It's kind of like just you can kind of see it. It's just really, really beautiful out here. A lot of people come out here and they fish, but I just felt like to take a little walk this morning. And so I'm so glad I did. So I'm so glad that you joined me. So you see the vegetation of Florida, the palmettos, and do we have the moss coming out of the trees? Let's see where we have the pine trees. I don't see some of the hiking trails. We have boars, and the boars make their beds, and we have wild boars, and so they'll bed down for the night. And so some of the walking trails you can see that. So anyway, so where was I? Let me talk to you a little bit about worry. You know, worry is kind of like when you have your car and it's sitting in the driveway and it's sitting in park and you're revving your engine. You know, worry doesn't take you anywhere. Worry just sits on you. And it wasn't something that we were made to do. It was something that we learned to do. So if we learned how to worry, then we can unlearn how to worry. So let that be your testimony today, that you're not going to worry about things that are coming your way, you know, because you have all of these things you could be worrying about. You could be worrying about your family. You could be worrying about your finances. Some people worry they don't have enough toilet paper. Some people worry, you know, am I going to lose my job? Am I going to lose my house? These are all major things in our lives. But just know that the author and the finisher of our faith has everything under control. You see those ducks? Those ducks don't worry. You know, dogs don't worry, cats don't worry, animals don't worry. The only thing on planet Earth that worries are human beings. And it's fabricated. It's a learned behavior. And it's really saying that I don't trust you, Lord. I don't believe in your promises. So I'm going to sit here in my driveway and rev my engine, put my foot on the throttle, and I'm going to continue to worry about things. Now, if you're worried about the future and there's things that you can change, well, change them. Go ahead and change them. You don't have to worry about the future. Change some of those things in your life, some of those things that are happening around you. Change some of it. You have the power to change so many things, but we can't change the past. And so, you know, even in our nation, we can't change the past, the choices and things that we have done on a whole, but we surely can repent and we surely can ask God to forgive us. So in your life today, let yourself find repentance in those things that you're worrying about. And don't take them up and leave them, throw them down. Don't let those be your confession today. Don't let that come out of your mouth today. You don't need to worry. You don't need to fear, because God is with us. He's for us. He's already provided. He makes a way in the wilderness. He makes a way where there is no way. It seems like there's no way out. But I really believe that we are coming out of this. I believe in my heart that it's going to be just, in a matter of days, not months, a matter of days, that we're going to be in a new height and a new level. And we're going to be moving on very quickly. Things are changing very quickly. But I believe that we're not going to stay where we're at for very long, and that things are going to be moving, just like the news moves very quickly. Well, I believe God is moving very quickly, and that I believe that as we are finding ourselves that as a nation, as a family, that we've needed to check up on some things we were doing, some things that weren't working, and fix some of those things in our lives, and rededicate our hearts alive and afresh and anew to the Lord. And this is just really, really beautiful. I'm so glad I came out here with you today. I am so glad. I probably wouldn't have done this had I not had you in mind. And that's the same way God, he thinks that way. He has us in mind. He's always thinking about us. We're always on his heart because he made us and he loves us. And when you have this unconditional love, there isn't anything that you wouldn't do. And so it's just beautiful. And these pine cones are really gorgeous. I had gotten some pine cones in Georgia. I go on nature trails whenever I can, and they were all closed, and then they all opened. It was the coolest thing, and I had them in the car. But I just love nature. I love the way God made things. But this pine cone, it isn't worried that, it's not worried. That grass isn't worried. The water's not worried. So we don't need to be worrying, because God takes care of the birds. He takes care of all the living creatures. He takes care of the flowers. He's got a big job, but he's a great big God. And so just know he's taking care of you today. So let's just leave off the worry. Let's think about the things that we can change and change them. And the things that we can't change, let's put them in God's hands. Let him take care of it today. Let that be your portion today. So just remember that God loves you, I love you, and we're going to peace out, but I'm just going to show you a little bit more so you can just enjoy. It's not fun to be quarantined. No, it's not. It's not fun to have to be in the house and just to be kicking around and feeling unproductive, but you can feel productive. I have been so busy, and I do make lists, and I'm checking off things on my list. Not that I'm like overly doing it, but I'm still working on things like I do every day, if there was something happening or if there wasn't, you can't let it really get in your boat. You're going to have to buck up, and you're going to have to motivate yourself to get off of the couch, to quit watching Netflix and some stupid stuff that you might have picked up while you're doing this because you never could. I mean, I'll binge watch on series and stuff, but not in this hour. You won't catch me on Netflix in this hour, because I know what my positioning is, and I know that God has need of me, and that if he wants to use my mouth and my hands and my feet, that I have to be prepared and ready for that. So just know that prepare yourself for when everything comes back on. Prepare yourself when you're going to go out in the job market. Maybe you're going to increase on your job. Maybe you're going to look in another profession and do something that you really, really enjoy. Now's the time to seek the Lord on those things. Now's the time to get in your prayer closet and say, Lord, I don't really like my job. It's not really fun to go to work every day. I really like being home, or I love being with my kids. Let him make a way where it seems like there was no way. Let him just speak to you today. But you got to do that. You got to close yourself up, and you got to cry out to him. Well, how do you cry out to him? Well, you pour your heart out to him. Have you ever just wanted to have a close friend and them sit and talk with you? And so they're pouring their heart out to you. Well, that's what you do with the Lord. You just pour your heart out to him. And then he talks back and he gives you these creative ideas, and you have your little notebook and you start writing down the things that he's giving you. And it's so amazing. And so you won't be in the same place that you've been, because he's going to take you to a new place. Just like this trail is leading to a new place. Now there might be obstacles that you're going to have to go through to get to that new place, but he's going to take you to a new place. And he's going to lead you. See, this trail is going somewhere, but he's going to lead you by your spirit. And he's going to lead you while he can, in those times that he can talk to you. Now, I've never been on this trail. This is uncharted waters. Just like your life is uncharted. This is unprecedented. These are uncharted times that we're going through in our history, in America, in mankind. And so just know that he's going to lead us. And he's going to lead us beside still water. And he is the author and the finisher of our faith. And then you come to a place. Now we do have panthers. We do have wildlife. We have coyotes. We have, what do we have? We do have snakes. We have black snakes. I do see them occasionally in my neighborhood because we have all of this water and vegetation. And we do have the wild boars. So we have wildlife. So, you know, just like I slew the lion, the bear, the tiger. So you too, there might be things. Oh, I found pine cones. The pine cone tree. So there might be giants in the land, but you're going to conquer those giants, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. And that strength is going to mount up on the inside of you, and you will run and not grow weary, and you will walk and not faint. So that's the word of the Lord for you today. I want you to stir up your faith. It says to stir up yourself in your most holy faith. And just know that he's watching over his word. He's watching over you, and he's going to perform it. That I am fully persuaded that that which he has promised, he is well and able also to perform. So this is the confidence that I have, that his word is true, that he spoke it into existence just like creation, and he is going to see us through, because he's the creator and we are the creation. Just like this beautiful, beautiful scape. So you didn't even have to get out of your bed this morning for this. Oh, you might be in your office, you might be on your couch, you might be anywhere. It's so beautiful that we have these handheld computers right there in our hands, and that we can go around the world right from the palm of our hand. Well, he's got the palm of his hand, and he's got the whole world in the palm of his hand. And so he is the helm that turns the ship. And so when we place our trust in him, he comes through. He always comes through. He's never seen the righteous forsaken, or his seed begging for bread. So if you're a child of God, those are your benefits, those are your rights, because he loves you, and he's coming, he's sending his son Jesus back for us. He's coming for his church. He's coming for his church, and he's cleaning up his church, because he says he wants his bride without spot, nor wrinkle, nor blemish. And so he's cleaning up, he's sifting out his church, because he's coming back. He is coming back. We don't know the hour that he's coming, but he is coming. And he says that we should be busy, that we should be working, and that would he find faith on the earth? Well, he's finding faith in me, and I'm contagious, and I want you to have that faith, and I want you to have that joy of that knowing. And because the joy of the Lord is your strength, it's so important to have the joy. And sometimes the joy hits me, and you can just see how the power of God will just come over me, just like that, because I yield to his presence, and I'm yielding, and it's just bubbling up and bubbling over. And I can stay like that, and be beside myself, and sometimes I do, because I'm no different than you, right? I have emotions, I have feelings, but it's what I do with them. It's what I choose to do with them. You know, Adam had a choice in the garden, and he chose to open up the door. One man's sin opened up the door. And so, but I choose every day that I'm going to serve the Lord, that I have a choice, and you have a choice what you're going to do with your worry. So take your worry, turn off your engine, quit revving your engine, and take inventory what you're doing, and don't let it get the best of you. So let this be a new day. Behold, all things have become new. And just oh, look at that. It's like a little bumblebee. He's just flying around. So just let that be. Oh, there he is. He's just carefree. So just not a worry, not a care, just flying around, just enjoying himself. So let that be you. Let that be you today. See yourself carefree, worryless, and then act that way. And then just let that, your day is going to be a great day. You'll be an encouragement to everybody around you. So let the love of God be shed abroad out of your heart today. You know, perfect love casts out fear. So let that fear just be released out of you today. Whatever you've listened to already, whatever you put in your ears, your eyes, whatever has been circling in your thoughts, let's just take it captive right now. Say, Father, I take every thought captive to the obedience of your word. I'm not going to think on thoughts that are not good, that are not pure. I'm going to think on the lovely report. And your report says that I am healed, that I am blessed, that you're taking care of me, and all the promises in your word are mine. So I lay hold of that today. I take that today. And I give you all the glory and all the honor in Jesus' precious name. So he loves you. I love you. And I'm going to peace out and just until we meet again. Bye-bye.